Howdy y'all, you got the Bulldog on the channel, and lo and behold, I'm not working on a Cadillac right now. It is gone. We had a goal to get it out of here by noon, and it left at 11:57. And then customer didn't come pick it up till 3, but oh well, at least it's gone. Now, we're working on a Honda Pilot. Got brakes here. I'm going to throw a little tip at you. When they come out stock, they come out with screws holding on the brake rotor. They put them on during the manufacturing process just to hold everything together, going down the assembly line. Years ago, the rotor was attached to the hub, so you didn't need that. And then when they went to front wheel drive and they had rotors that were replaceable, I mean, this part here pulls off of the studs. What they did was they just put a little metal clip on it, hold it on there, and you know, they could put the brakes on at any time. Well, the imports, what they like to do is put a bolt on it. Now, the wheel, when it bolts on here, it just holds the rotor in place, so the only time you ever need them things on there is to hold everything together while you're doing something else. You know, they don't have to be there, but you know, it makes things handier. You know, if the rotor's not trying to fall off, but normally it doesn't try to fall off. It is hard to take off, which is why they put these little holes right here. These are threaded holes, and you run a bolt in there, and it presses itself up against the hub and pushes the rotor off. There's one on each side, which they usually strip out. So, you know, I usually just hit them with an air hammer. Take an air hammer and vibrate right here and 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 right here, and then you get frustrated and hit it with a bigger hammer. Hopefully you're replacing the rotor, because now it's ruined. But I'll just show you the trick that I use to get these screws out, because they're usually pretty tight and the thing tries to turn on you. And I usually do it while the brakes are still on here, because it makes it harder for it to rotate, but still. I take just a common old screwdriver bit, usually a number 3 because it's bigger, and a 1/4-inch socket on a 1/2-inch adapter on an impact driver. And I'll take my high dollar, you know, one of a kind camera holder called my pliers, and I'll set you up here. Now, hopefully you don't fall over, because the ground will catch you, but it's not very forgiving. You set this thing together, put it in there, put a little bit of a twist on it, and there we go. Take them bolts right out. Like I say, it is not a huge deal for them to not be there, because the wheel holds it on anyway. whenever things go right, it doesn't take very long to do brakes. On most of the setups, when things go wrong, they really go wrong. See? That means the slides and everything are good because those pads just sprung out of there, flew apart. I like to see that. That means these clips here are doing their job. The pads are sliding back and forth like they're supposed to. Kind of makes it hard putting it together, but that's fine. It's fine. Collect your parts because who knows whether or not the new ones come with them. Now, yep. What I usually do, since you got to pull this off anyway to do the rotor, I usually pop these clips out, take a wire brush, scuff them all up in there, make sure everything's good. Not any kind of a worry on this one because you saw how they flew apart. Now, it's stuck on there. Air hammer. Plug your ears. And that's how quick you can take it apart when everything goes all right. And it's also having tools like that little impact driver, like the little air hammer, like that little impact that I got. Not one of those things I got for free, but you know, when somebody's looking at it in respect of, well, gosh darn, it only took you 10 minutes and you're going to charge me that much. Well, I'm able to do it in 10 minutes. I hear a lot about, you know, how much somebody's worth, paying them a living wage and all that. Well, knowing what you're doing is supposed to be worth more, right? Whenever you're talking about a big corporation, it's easier to say, you know, they need to pay their people more. Us little guys, we're not big. But that aside, you're looking at it all, feel around, make sure you don't have any rust deposits on here that's going to throw the rotor off. This one looks pretty good. You can just hit it with a wire brush a little bit, throw the new rotor on there, spray it down, put my bracket back on with new clips, pads, caliper, and we're good to go. So, like, comment, subscribe, throw your buttons down there, and I mean, let me know what you think about how I'm doing. I've had a few people that tell me, but they tell me in person because they're local. But we'll talk at you later.